We've all been through something, but when we face it with truth, it stops hurting and starts healing. In this space, we talk real about love, faith, family, and the lessons that life keep teaching. Because healing starts with honesty, and the people we love deserve our truth. This is Who Feels It Knows, where truth doesn't hurt, it heals. We've all been through something, but when we face it with truth, it stops hurting and starts healing. In this space, we talk real about love, faith, family, and the lessons that life keep teaching. Because healing starts with honesty, and the people we love deserve our truth. This is Who Feels It Knows, where truth doesn't hurt, it heals. We've all been through something, but when we face it with truth, it stops hurting and starts healing. In this space, we talk real about love, faith, family, and the lessons that life keep teaching. Because healing starts with honesty, and the people we love deserve our truth. This is Who Feels It Knows, where truth doesn't hurt, it heals. We've all been through something, but when we face it with truth, it stops hurting and starts healing. In this space, we talk real about love, faith, family, and the lessons that life keep teaching. Because healing starts with honesty, and the people we love deserve our truth. This is Who Feels It Knows, where truth doesn't hurt, it heals. We've all been through something, but when we face it with truth, it stops hurting and starts healing. In this space, we talk real about love, faith, family, and the lessons that life keep teaching. Because healing starts with honesty, and the people we love deserve our truth. This is Who Feels It Knows, where truth doesn't hurt, it heals. We've all been through something, but when we face it with truth, it stops hurting and starts healing. In this space, we talk real about love, faith, family, and the lessons that life keep teaching. Because healing starts with honesty, and the people we love deserve our truth. This is Who Feels It Knows, where truth doesn't hurt, it heals. We've all been through something, but when we face it with truth, it stops hurting and starts healing. In this space, we talk real about love, faith, family, and the lessons that life keep teaching. Because healing starts with honesty, and the people we love deserve our truth. This is Who Feels It Knows, where truth doesn't hurt, it heals. We've all been through something, but when we face it with truth, it stops hurting and starts healing. In this space, we talk real about love, faith, family, and the lessons that life keep teaching. Because healing starts with honesty, and the people we love deserve our truth. This is Who Feels It Knows, where truth doesn't hurt, it heals.
There you are,
We've
Miss
all been through something,
Althea.
but when we face it
Hi.
with truth, it stops hurting
Hi,
and starts
welcome,
healing.
welcome,
In
welcome.
this space, we talk real
Hi.
We
about love,
are
faith,
here.
family, and the lessons that life keep teaching.
How are you
Because
Hi.
feeling? Are you
healing
feeling
starts with honesty,
excited since this is our pilot
and the
episode?
people
How are
we
you
love deserve our
feeling?
truth. This
I'm
is Who
not
Feels
sure
It
how I'm
Knows, where
feeling
truth
yet,
doesn't
but I'm
hurt, it
excited.
heals.
I think
Okay.
I'm testing.
Okay, okay. Well, let me just go ahead and welcome those who have joined us, those who are listening, whether you're on YouTube, you're right here on Podbean, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you are across the Calm Collective. We welcome you. Welcome to the live audiences and also welcome to the replay crew. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Who Feels It Knows. It's October 18, 2025, isn't it 2025?
Yes, it is.
So the information is actually saying 2020 and I'm like,
Yeah,
2020, how so? Oh
just
well.
need, just need to put the 5 on.
Yeah, fixed it. So I'm Coach Racquel, and with me is my amazingly wonderful co-host.
Althea.
There you go. So hi, Miss Althea. This is your first time. This has been my playground for a while. So
So you are the expert.
well, we both are. We
You
both
are.
are, and you'll see. Oh, so just to give everyone a little overview of the program, so Who Feels It Knows was birthed out of very interesting, healing, self-working conversations that Miss Althea and I tend to have all the time. And when we're done, we're like, oh my gosh, someone else could have benefited from that
Yeah.
conversation,
Yeah.
but we weren't recording, we weren't sharing it, so it wasn't done. And then that led us to deciding, okay, you know what? Let's find a name. Let's develop one and let's try this thing and see what happens, right? So the
Yeah.
goal is fostering an environment where truth doesn't hurt, it just heals. And we're two women sharing lived experiences, embracing
Mhm.
authenticity, and creating space for others to do the same, especially the people they love.
Yeah.
So together they thrive in honesty. I'm not sure I read that correctly. Yes, I said it right. So together they thrive in honesty, grace, and love. So like I said before, it's your hosts are Coach Raquel, that would be me, and Miss Althea. So I'm a success coach, entrepreneur, and purpose strategy, and Miss Althea is a singer, community leader, early childhood educator, mom, culinary queen, is what I'd say. And if you need to
You
connect with
said
us,
it.
yes, if you need to connect with us after this, you can go to mycoachministry.com/podcast, and this will be there. Now that I've done the overview, let's begin. Where do you want to start? And what do you want to
Anywhere.
talk about?
You can-
Let me start here because I'm going to talk to you like I usually do. Girl,
Yes.
I did not eat all day today because I got my new laptop and phone and I was so excited. I mean, well, first, when we went to pick it up, I got
Yeah.
lost on the way, me and the driver. We went into these crevices,
And corners.
some parochial roads, and past where we were supposed to go for me to collect it, but then we eventually found it. And then when I got home, I had so many things that I needed to do, different persons who
Yeah.
needed my support and getting this up and ready and everything
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
sure it's smooth and everything. So I
Yeah.
only went and got something to eat like about an hour ago. And I made some, it's a tuna veggie sandwich with naan,
Mhm.
garlic naan. Ah, and then
What
I
is
air
that?
fried it
What
with
is that?
cheese
What
in it.
is that?
Okay, so
Now?
naan, NAAN, it's called. It's an Indian bread, flatbread. It's an Indian
Oh.
flatbread.
Ah.
Right. Something similar to roti, but it's not roti. It's a
Yeah.
little more puffy than roti. Roti is like flat. And it has like spices in it and garlic in it. And I'm telling you, I sat here and I wanted to jump when I bite it. I'm like, is this because
Mm.
I'm hungry or is it
Was it
because it tastes
warm?
really good?
Was it
Oh my gosh, it
warm?
was air fried.
Oh.
Mm,
Oh. Mm.
girl.
I'm tasting it,
And
I
I'm
swear.
telling you, I mean, it's not like your food, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this one is one of my favorites. It was so good.
Was it
And
the
of
first
course,
time you bought it?
no, because I think I've bought it like 2 or 3 times before. And I've done this
Mm.
before, and it has always been really good, right? But today, okay, what happened is I'm having this thing with my plug, my extension, where it's like, I don't know, have you ever had where you plug something in, like whether it's a microwave or the air fryer or whatever, and it just flips off? Did you
Yeah.
experience that?
Something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what was happening, and I'm just like, I filmed it, so it's gonna be on my
Mm.
Kelly's ASMR channel, my Tasty Food Adventures. But so it kept flipping off, so I'm just like, you know what, I'm just so over this. So I didn't expect it to come out so good, but I'm telling you, and when I was done, it's like I just felt like, you know what, I'm going to put some lime juice on this,
Mhm.
just because I felt like it. Oh my gosh, Miss Althea, it was
Mm.
the best thing
Lime
ever.
juice and plastic lime
It
juice.
was so delicious.
Well,
How was your day?
I had a I had a full day. I had an
Wow.
extremely full day.
Oh
That's all.
wow.
Did some cleaning, washing, and went into
Nice.
town and sorted out some stuff and came back home. I
Oh,
was feeling so
cool.
tired, and I wanted
Yeah.
I wanted to not cook. I wanted to not do nothing.
That's how I felt.
But my daughter, when
Yeah.
she's hungry, she
Little
bawls.
Lori. Ah.
Lori cry loud. Lori will cry for food. She don't like to be hungry. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm thinking, all right, I have chicken thigh out for tomorrow, so me just cut off a piece of breast and do one of your favorite.
Oh, the scrambled
You
chicken.
call it crumble chicken. It's
Yeah.
whatever you feel like, but yes. So that's what I did.
It is one
So,
of the
so
most
lovely.
delicious things I've ever had. Scrambled scrambled chicken breasts. I mean, she would have to say how she did it, but that's how it tastes to me. You know when you scramble eggs and it's just really fluffy? It's
Fluffy, yeah.
fluffy and it's yeah, that's how it tastes. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love
And that
that.
came about by just, I think it's just sheer coincidence. I
Well,
was
you're a
just doing
culinary queen, so
sheer
that's what you
coincidence.
do. So we know
I
that's what
love
you do.
cooking. Cooking is my
Yeah,
passion.
you love that's what you're passionate about. I'm telling you, I did not want to necessarily. I remember at one point in time I went into the bathroom and I'm like, so God, you don't think you could just magically whip up something for me? This evening I'm talking. Today.
It's
Like it
possible.
was
It
an
is
hour
possible.
ago. I'm like, you don't think you could do that for me? You couldn't just magic. Like, no? All right,
Mrs.
fine.
Muffin.
Yeah. Well, I was like, well, thank you anyway because you provided for me so I could purchase the
Mhm.
naan. I don't
Yes.
have to cook it. It was easy to do. All I had to do was to make the tuna salad,
So
and
the
it was
naan,
quick and
the
easy.
naan you bought it ready,
Right.
or
I
you
bought
had
it
to
at
put it
Price
together?
Smart. I buy
Oh,
it at
and
Price Smart and then I
when you
keep it
buy it, it's
frozen.
ready, or have to put it
It's
in the
ready.
oven.
No, it's ready. And to store it, because I want it to stay fresh, I freeze it. For those of you who
Oh,
are just joining us, welcome to Who Feels It Knows. We're just talking about what we ate today before we get into, so we flow into the conversation. Okay, I am Coach
mm,
Raquel, and with me is Miss Althea, and we're just talking about what we ate today. Yeah, just making sure we take them along with us. So,
yes,
so
yes.
what did you? So you had chicken, scrambled chicken, and what for dinner?
Ketchup.
Oh, just
I
chicken.
did, yes, that's all I had. 'Cause
Okay.
I was hungry but feeling tired, so I didn't want to cook, but I
Yeah.
just did it.
Yeah.
Went out
Yeah.
to have something.
I get it. I get it. Okay. So let me see. Today I had something on my mind that I wanted to talk about, but it has gone. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but we will just flow.
Yeah, yeah,
As
yeah,
I was
yeah.
putting together the program and everything, and I was going through the whole, who feels it knows and all of that, and then when I created the intro and everything, oh my gosh, I literally felt like healing ran through my body. I felt like healing ran through my body. Just honest conversations to just having a space where this is what I wanted to say. This is it. This is what I wanted to say. It just came back to me. I wanted to say, this for me, doing this, being able, when I was doing it and I saw the thing, and when it said honest conversation, speaking truth and having honest conversations, I was very reflective of my conversations with you. And I almost said it to you, but I'm like, no, I'll save it for the podcast. I like to express the person's gratitude the for the good things that they, I don't even like the word good, but for the things that they do that really touch me on the inside. Oh, I think she got bumped. Okay, so she's back. Yes. So I wanted to share with you. I just wanted to say to you, I was gonna text you, WhatsApp you to say it, but I said no, let me wait for the podcast, right?
Yes.
So I just wanted to say, like, ooh, you're echoing. Are you
I'm
on the
sorry.
speaker? That's okay.
Let me.
Yeah, we'll just wait for you. I can't take a WhatsApp call. I'm hearing you here. I'm hearing you.
I am not. I am. I think that was by accident.
Oh, accidental. Okay,
Yes.
that's okay.
I'm coming. Just drop me something down.
I think she has a guest. So thank you so much. I think it's Saraju and Light Bright. Thank you for joining us. This is Who Feels It Knows. Two women having conversations, and we are allowing the conversation to flow. Right? Today we're specifically. This is our first show, our pilot program, and we're talking. What we're going to be really be focusing on is truth doesn't truth doesn't hurt. It heals, and we're going to demonstrate that through having conversations, honest conversations. You're back?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, great. I muted you a little because I realized you were having a private conversation, and that's why I'm here. So I was saying that as I was preparing for the podcast, I had these thoughts that I wanted to share with you that I really appreciate the I think you have demonstrated to me, maybe for you it's easy, this is something you normally do, but to me, I feel like you have really, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I feel like it requires, we've had some conversations that I felt like, man, it required strength from her to really allow me to be that honest. And when I sat and I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I really appreciate her for whatever it is that she had to sit in to allow me to say what was true for me, and to trust that I'm not only being honest, but that I'm not intentionally causing harm. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
Yeah.
intentionally being tough on you, for you to give me that kind of grace. I just want to say thank you, and maybe we could just start the conversation here. I've been in this space where I've had to share with you someone who I've known you over 15 years, right? I'm sure it's
Yes.
over 15 years. So
Past.
I'm just saying 15 to be safe.
My mother died about 18.
It's been a long time,
You know,
and I feel like I've gone through more transitions than you have. I feel like you have been steady. I feel like you've been very consistent, but I don't feel like I have been that consistent. I feel like I've gone through breakdowns, I've gone through self work, I've had to withdraw myself. I came back. Thank you for creating an environment where I could grow.
yeah.
I can only imagine, and maybe you can share with us, what has that been like for you, being that kind of strength for somebody else? What's the price that you pay?
You hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Yes. Could you repeat that last statement for me?
Yeah, I was saying, what is the price that you pay for being strong enough to allow me to walk in my truth with you when my truth sometimes step right on your heart, possibly? What's the price
You
that
know,
you pay?
I don't consider it a price. I consider it
Wow.
me wanting what I want from anybody else,
Hmm.
understanding that they want the same from me.
And
So the
what is that?
point,
Go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were finished.
if you have someone in your life who you're close with, if they cannot be honest with you, then something is going to be lacking because they will be unable to be their full self. And when they're unable to be their full self, something will always be lacking.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
go ahead. I
You'll
need to
never
wait
be
a little
able.
longer.
You'll never be able to say, boy, you know, you have to be able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
always felt like I could always be honest with you.
Wow. Thank you for that.
I never felt like I couldn't be. But now that we're going through this process,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I think, I wonder how she felt when I used to just blurt things out.
Yeah.
Because I think once I am comfortable with you and I think you know, you have my best interest of heart, then I'm gonna expose myself. So
Right.
I would just speak and not thinking that because in my mind I'm thinking it's okay because it's you and I am being
Right.
honest. But I said something the other day that honesty is very important, but you also have to be kind with it. And you've always been kind
Yes.
with it. You've
Oh, wow.
always
Thank
been
you.
kind. You're always making sure that I understand this is not about, this is just process that I'm going through and this is how I feel. And if I can't give you that, then I don't see the point of us being as close as we are.
Yeah. And what I learned from even just what you just shared is for truth to exist, understanding has to be its partner.
Yeah, yeah,
Understanding.
yeah.
And I guess patience,
Yeah,
because it
patience
and
is
it's
key.
it's
Yeah,
so funny
patience is
because
important.
I think you and I have always had, and
What we know how, yes.
I would call it a transparent relationship.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I'll tell you because even and it could be based on how it started. I remember one of the first conversations I ever had with you. I was living next door to someone you're close to. I won't say her name. Um, and I remember you came around and came into my apartment. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember I had the talk I usually have with persons because of the issues I'd faced before. And I
Yeah,
said, if you put your cup down and not you, I put a coaster on it or I wipe it, is that okay? That was one of my first conversations with you. And
yes,
you
I
looked at me
remember.
like, yeah. But you did not know that very conversation, has before led to relationship relationships that ended.
Yes, I would
Right, I've
believe.
had relationships end because I had that same conversation I had with you, the same timid way, which is why when I said it I was so cautious. Like, I'm not asking you to do anything. Like, you can do whatever you want to do in this house. I just need the permission. I just need to know that I can clean it up if I want to. Because one of the things that I experienced is,
Yeah,
like, I never understand, like, if someone, like, let's say you sleep on the bed, you get up, you don't want to spread it. You don't want to. You just don't want to.
mm, mm,
I'm okay with
yeah,
that. Me, I'm okay with your choice. But my choice is, so can I spread it? If it bothers me, can I spread it without me spreading it bothering you? Does that make sense?
yeah,
So that
yeah,
was what I was going through. When I clean up after people in my home, because to be fair to them, right? I was OCD those times. Like, back in the day, I am better now. I was OCD. Everything needed to be neat and tidy. I couldn't even think of, especially when it comes to putting down a cup. It was something that really, like, just see you touch the thing. So I would be like, could you please allow me? I don't want you to do anything. Just be you. Just let me be me and
yeah,
don't take it as a negative.
yeah,
So it would be, even though we're having this conversation, and sometimes, because for a long time I did not look at it this way. I just felt I can't be myself with this person. So I would just withdraw. Because another issue I had that I learned through my relationship with you is I withheld and I repressed. So something would happen, like, so for example, those conversations that I had those conversations, and then the person had feelings about it and felt like, well, you're making me feel uncomfortable. And then what I would do now is just withdraw.
Yeah,
I
and don't
did not
even
know at the time
withdraw.
to say, can we have a conversation? Can I speak with you about something? This is bothering me, or I don't like it when this happened. I used to just go to withdraw. If you've said all you can say and it didn't help, withdraw. But now I'm at a place where I can have, and that's why we're having this program, because now I'm at a
Yeah.
place where I can say, speak up, Raquel, like talk.
Yeah,
It's,
but we have to understand that people are just different.
yeah, that
People
is
are
true.
different. And how boring would this world be if everybody was the same?
I know.
People
I
are
know.
different, and until we're at a place that we can just accept, okay, Althea don't like to clean up all the time. But there's a time when if she don't clean up, she can't sleep.
Yeah.
We are just different.
And for example, even in that case, for example, I could use myself, where yeah, I'll say I like to clean up because that's gonna make her feel good. But I think we both still understand that the other person's issue, even if it seem weird, odd, or just incomprehensible, that is still their experience too.
And it should
Yes.
be their experience. And that's why I said,
Yeah.
if it is that you want to be accepted, because we all want to be accepted.
Yeah.
We all want to be accepted. We are living in a world where we want to be, especially by the
True.
persons who we do care about. So if it
Absolutely.
is that, I would want you to accept the fact that, me love kitchen,
Right.
but what me don't love.
Yes.
Tell me what me don't love.
Cleaning
Computers.
up the kitchen.
So no man.
Oh,
Computers.
it-
So
oh,
I would come
computers.
and I would,
Okay.
yes, I would come and I
Thought it
would
was
spend
in
all the
relation.
time in the
Yeah.
kitchen. But
Right. And I would
you
spend
know,
all the time on the
on the
computer.
computer.
And guess what happened, right? Like there are persons who come and they're like, "You're still on the computer? You're still on the computer?"
I
Still.
get it.
And this
Because
is
if
it,
I'm
right?
not,
Like,
mm,
hi Maven. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. It's We're talking about it now and it may seem so easy, but this is a big thing in relationships where, and I think where it clashes is where two people don't align, or growth is needed.
oh,
Because like today, right,
mm-hmm,
I was having I had a cab take me to collect my package, and he usually I don't speak with, like, if I hire you to do something, like, we're not having conversations, especially if I enjoy your service and
mm-hmm,
I don't want to lose that service. We're not becoming close. We're keeping
just
it
in
straight
case,
business,
just yeah,
because I don't want to lose the service,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But more recently, as you know, for the past 3 years, 3 to 4 years, I've been on a healing journey, and I've made a commitment to myself. The Sean Combs case really hit me hard, really, really hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And ever since that happened, I kept saying to myself, you know what, Raquel, you can't opt out anymore. You have to have those uncomfortable conversation if it's in the best interest of the black community, of our community. And not even, well, personally for me, I have a passion for my community because I'm a black person, but just community, right? Because if we show up better for
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, then we show up better in the world with other people
In the
too.
world, yeah.
So he started saying something, and the core of me is like, we're not speaking, we're not saying anything, and he's continuing to speak to
Oh
me.
boy, oh boy.
So I said to myself, you know what? Respond. It's not going to hurt. I know you have a phobia when it comes to people and stuff, but you're strong. Respond. So he was sharing with me that there's a particular driver who he says the driver is mean. So we went down the road of, well, you perceive him to be mean. But so I said to him, we're not going to debate. I'm not here to change your mind. You're an adult, and you're a male person. Males tend to be, so they say, logical. So I am confident that if you say this is the experience, that is your experience. But what if I share something with you that's a completely different perspective? Maybe what you consider mean is an experience he's had where he's experienced lack in his life, and so for him, he's hanging on to things. And I shared with him the time when Will Smith went on Oprah, and he was saying he was so scared that after he got wealthy, for a couple years, he was scared he was going to lose it, right? So persons were saying, oh, he wasn't doing this for the black community or that for the black community. So in essence, they were kind of saying the same thing about Will, right? Based on my understanding. But Will was here saying, maybe I was mean, or that's what you want to call it. But to me, it was survival. To me, it was, I know what poverty is and I cannot go back there. So all I will say is, can I challenge you to think, right, that there's more going on than just what you think it is. And then we went down to the path of, and if you if you see mean in him, that means the potential exists, that mean is in you for you to see it. Because if I speak Spanish to you now, would you know it? I say something in Spanish, right? And he's like, oh no, I don't know what that is. And I say, see, because the Spanish is not in you. You don't have knowledge or awareness or anything of it. So the truth of the matter is, even in conversations, we can only mirror who we are, and based on where we're at. And one of the things I've had to learn from my own stumbling, and I shared something else with him, which was a growth process for me, where I remember I did something that in my mind was a good
Yes.
thing for one of my siblings. I thought it was a good thing. One of my siblings' child had an issue with the law, and my one of my other sisters called me and asked me to come to assist. And I love my nephew so much that in my mind, I'm like, I can't even imagine this happening to him. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm all in my own feelings. I went, did what I thought was needed. I went to do it for one. They said, no, I had to do it for both. I did it. And then some time later, and I shared this with you because I was so confused. If you recall,
Yeah.
when I shared the message that I got, and I'm telling you, there was so
Mm-hmm.
much, I, the thing sounded so bitter and so upset that, and for years, and you've not heard me say this, because for years my question was that, how can she be this mean to me? I tried to help. Well, today, as I was in that car, I shared it with him, but I had a different perspective. And it's because, again, of something I learned with you, because I'm able to be myself with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said to him when we were there talking or whatever, because he shared other things. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
I did this with the person who my sibling, who I love them so much, but I couldn't show, it wasn't translating. My love wasn't translating. And I said to him, but I now understand the mistake I made. I now understand the mistake I made. As grand and a thing that I thought I did, as much heart as I thought was in this thing when I showed up and I helped. Oh my gosh,
Mm.
I helped. They're out. The worst is not going to happen. Thank
Yeah.
God. Yes.
Yeah.
That was my thing. That was what I was feeling. But when I sit back and I thought, but what was she feeling? She did not call you. Somebody else called you. It's her child.
True. True.
You showed up like this big hero. You didn't ask her permission.
True.
You didn't have a conversation with her to say, hey, how can I help? So and so called me. How can I help? And just never thought about it that way. And it
Yeah.
just broke my heart because I wish I wasn't a coward, and I wish I was strong enough, and I wish I felt safe enough to call and say, oh my God, I got it. And I'm so sorry. The one thing I can, I fall back on is whenever things happen between me and my siblings, I always go and say, I'm sorry, whether or not I was wrong or I know who's
You
wrong.
always apologize. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, whatever I did it. However you're
Mm.
feeling, I made you feel it. I am
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
But I when I said that, it was just my routine thing to do because I like to keep the peace. It
Yeah.
wasn't with the understanding I have now. I'm telling you, as I sat there and I spoke to the man, I got it so clearly. It was so disrespectful of me to walk in and just all I said was, where exactly is it? Because as much as
Wow.
my intention was in the right place,
Yeah.
because this is it, right? We can do the wrong thing. Doing the wrong
The
thing
right
doesn't
thing,
mean
the
you
wrong,
doesn't mean you have
the
bad
right,
intentions.
yeah, the right thing, the wrong way.
Yes, and also just the something that is not a bad thing, but it was the wrong thing. What I did was the wrong thing. It wasn't even the right thing the wrong way. It was the wrong thing to do. That mother and father did not say assist me. They just didn't give me permission to intervene. They did not. They didn't. So here I am now showing up and leaving. I mean, I didn't feel like a hero now, but when I look back at it,
Hmm.
oh yes, you came and you saved the day, and then how do I look to my kids? How do I look to my wife? How do I look to my husband? I wasn't thinking about those things, but those things matter.
It does. It
Those
does.
things matter, and so truth is self-reflection. Truth is not looking at somebody else and
Yeah.
hoping they tell you what will
Mm-mm.
satisfy
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
what you feel you need to know to agree that yes,
Yeah.
they're being authentic. Truth is a
Hmm.
self-reflecting thing.
Yeah.
Truth is self, because everyone, this is how I feel, everyone is always showing up their best.
You know, I spoke to someone today and I was quoting that. And you ever, I don't know if you realize, but I have,
Mhm,
um, with all this stigma and how a woman should look and what is attractive from what is not attractive,
mhm,
with all the different shapes and sizes, the big tummy, the big belly, the big butt, with all of that.
mhm,
I watch people on a daily basis. I travel with them. I admire them on the road, both male and female. And I'm telling you, most of them, when you look at them, especially
mhm.
Jamaicans,
Yes.
they have this air of confidence about them.
That is true.
They all feel like they look
Yes.
like the best.
Yes.
All of them, with
Mhm.
all the shapes, with all the
Yes.
sizes, they all
Absolutely.
feel like, including myself.
Yes, and until someone external cramp that, whether in childhood or adulthood, you
Yeah,
wouldn't even have people lacking self-esteem.
you would not. You would
Because this is
certainly
what I
not.
learned, right? We don't have self-esteem issues with ourselves and by ourselves.
No, no.
Self-esteem shows up when
Hmm.
when someone else enters the room, which
Because
tells you it isn't a real thing.
I always, from I was about probably 8, I've been singing at church.
Hmm.
Love to sing. And I remember when I was about, probably about 14, 15, um, one of my peers, after I sang one Sunday at church, she came out and she said to me, "You think you can sing? All you do is go to make noise in your throat wall. All you do is make noise in your head. Ah. You think that I'm
So
singing?"
sorry, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Forgive me.
You can laugh now because I'm free. She said, all you do
That was so insensitive.
in
I'm
your head.
sorry.
And for a year, I stopped singing. For that one statement, I stopped singing because she said, and every time I'm try to sing, me I wonder if me voice up in my head. And
Wow.
because of that now, when somebody used to say, when even after I started singing again, and people used to say, you have a difference, your voice sound different. Me I say, oh, that should have talk like it up in my head. But my voice is different. The tone of my voice is not extremely feminine.
Right.
when I sing. So I more have a probably a little huskiness in there. But at that
Yeah.
time I didn't know. And I believed everything she said. And before that you couldn't tell me say me can't sing. But she just whatever she did, it just worked. She just said, you cannot sing. You think and I just come down, feeling full of myself, so
Wow.
I can't sing, enjoy. She said to me plainly, she said, I sing it. You think you can sing? You think that I singing? Exactly, the Jamaican dialect.
Yes.
She said, you think that is singing? That I'm not singing. And I believed her.
Yeah,
I
it's
never
just
had
like
an issue
what
before.
my sister said to me at the time was, "You're too enough." Nobody asked. She started saying nobody asked, and then she remembered somebody did ask, and she said, "I didn't ask." See,
Hmm.
for me. With my sister, I feel it was about a respect thing. Respect
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I'm here. I might need
Come
your
to
help,
me.
but I
Yeah.
still have
Ultimate pick
pride.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, and you cannot love my child more than I do. And then there
True.
is the how will my child react to you? Sometimes because and it was the same thing because even that person who said that to you.
Mm.
Let me say this before I say that. Let me tell you how when we talk about truth, right?
Mm.
How real it is. As I started talking, right? I was holding the laugh, and then I heard myself like to myself, Raquel, this is not a moment to laugh, and I said, but that's not honest. I said to myself, that's not honest. And I said, no, laugh. You're to do it right here, even if you're to be
Yes.
corrected.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
and I had the thing running in my head, and if you move away and laugh, you still laughed. Whether she knows it or not. You
Still
still
love.
laugh. So to be if you're going to be in truth in this conversation, put it
Yes.
out there and allow what to happen to happen. If she says,
Mm-hmm.
how dare you laugh, then apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Give her the respect of transparency.
Yes.
You see
Yes.
how, like I'm telling you, it's you have to be intentional
Yeah.
about
You
it,
have to
at
be.
least for
You have
me.
to be.
Right. No, for that person, I don't know the person, I don't know what they were thinking, but as I listen to it, oftentimes oftentimes when persons object to something, it's self-protection. There's something about themselves that they feel they need to protect, or like, because it could be like you think you are that because they're thinking, but I am this. You are not all that
Mm.
because there's something for themselves that they're struggling with, they're having challenges with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's never personal. It's when someone, because I'm telling you, when I was finished, when the driver and I finished had the conversation, the man
Mm.
said, you know, because how it started, right, was I asked for the AC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he said, there's this man, he's so mean. The lady asked him to turn on the AC and he didn't want. And so I said, well, the truth is, because this was not my taxi, this was a backup that my taxi gave me. I said, usually my car, he has it prepared before I get in, you know? By the time we got back, right? The man said, you know, when I put on the AC and I'm running it and I'm running running it in, and let me tell you something, I was so conscious because he identified this in the other man. So
Mm.
as soon as the car was cooled down, I asked him to turn it off. Not because I wanted it off,
Mm.
but I accepted the conversation as a general
Mm-hmm.
AC
Mm-hmm.
issues,
Mm-hmm.
AC
Mm.
conversation, AC on the mind, the cost, the
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yes. The
it
cost
was
of
in
the
the room.
gas, because
It
it
was
burns the
in
gas a
the
little bit
room.
more.
Well, I don't know, but it was in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So I was aware it's in the room. So be mindful,
Mm.
Raquel. It's in the room. By the time we were on our way back, he said, you know, I understand why the man is mean. Oh
He
my
actually said that.
gosh.
He actually
Because
said that.
yes, he did. Because if you really think about it, it's a lot of gas. And I said to him, thank you for being honest with me. How much would you like me to compensate you for the AC? You see, let me tell you what who I want to be. I want to be the kind of person that can facilitate whatever
Honesty.
one possess and brings into the room, because
Yeah.
I want to have I want you to be able to be real with me.
Yeah.
And that there's a price to pay for realness, and sometimes
There's
the
a
price
heavy
is in
price.
cash. As a matter of fact, if
Especially on this occasion.
yes, and guess what? I love when it's in cash, because sometimes it's in emotion, and that one that's without the
Yeah,
price.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
When
always say
it's
this.
cash is best.
Listen,
Cash is best.
give me the problem that money can solve. Okay, even if I am a house worker, I can have hope to make that money.
Hmm.
But you see,
And
those
pay it up.
problems that no money can
Emotional.
pay for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I'm telling you, by the time we got back, and I said to him, please remember as we leave, you are supposed to remain true to yourself. This was not a debate, and you did not need to agree with me. It was just a perspective.
Hmm.
Because he's like, and then he said it's three L's. That's what he said. Look, listen, learn, and I'm listening to you because you're saying some things, and I say, you know what? I think I've talked too much, because my voice was never to silence yours. It
Hmm.
was just to
Hmm.
introduce a perspective. You see, I've become more aware. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to be the hero,
Yeah. But
and
sometimes I'm having conversations, and while I'm talking, I'm listening to myself. Well, I don't do it with you, to be honest.
yes, I do it with you
I
sometimes.
don't do it with you.
Yeah.
I will do it with other persons. Like check
Hmm.
myself, but I'm past checkmate with you. But I'll
Well,
do it
let me
with
say,
other
sorry.
while I'm talking. I'll do it.
Yeah. I
Like I'm
don't necessarily
saying something.
check myself with you,
Mm.
but I'm conscious
Yes, you
that
are conscious.
I'm conscious that the way I execute could hurt you.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, we had an experience where I'm telling you, if I ever heard you hurt me again, I probably crash.
you you're not gonna hear it again.
9 times. No, no, no. If I'm supposed to, I can, because no, I think I would have handled it better. But I'm telling you, when I started writing and I saw 9 times, I'm telling
I'm
you,
gonna
when
have to write
someone
down everything.
calls you and says to you,
After me tell you say write things down, and you
yeah,
start
that
writing.
was why I started writing, because you said it before and I wasn't writing. And I literally went back to, didn't she tell you to write things down? And I'm telling you, but I'm happy it happened because it
Yeah,
brought me into awareness. But
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, when someone you care about pick up that phone and said in a soft, oh God, vulnerable voice, you know, you really hurt me when you said that. Listen, that thing that's worse than a bullet. Shoot me.
So
Take out your gun.
for all the time
Shoot
that we've
me.
been discussing this and how
Yeah.
it hurt you,
But it wasn't hurt.
I just fully understood what you meant.
Yeah. Because it wasn't that it hurt me. No. It's
Yeah,
so you want to tell me the one person in this world
yeah. I
that
now get
means
it. I
this
get it. I
much to
get it. I
me.
did get it before, but I get
I
it fully
hurt
now.
her this many, like, girl. And what did I do? Share with the audience what I did. I removed myself and I went and I worked on myself for 3 years. Right?
Yes, miss.
I did. And that's why at the beginning of this program I said to you, thank you, because it may not have come at a price of cash, but it must have come at a cost of something.
I was.
Because, yeah, and I thank you for that, because when I came back and I talked to you, oh my gosh, you know, I understood the prodigal son. I understood the story. I felt it. There was absolutely no second. Oh my God, I'm so happy you called me. I am so happy you reached me. Like, there was no, so why are you calling me now? You didn't talk to me for 3 years. Why are you calling me? There was nothing. And you weren't pretending either, because let me tell you something.
Oh,
I
that's
came
good
back
to
with
hear from
such,
you.
when I tell you that I am so, because of my childhood trauma, I'm listening to
Yeah,
in energy. I'm listening
yeah.
to the movement. The kid in me, listen to if you move the pen.
Everything.
I have to
Everything.
remind myself, Raquel, you've got to give people, this is a lot to hold up people. So what I do, I tell you what my weakness is because I know
Yeah.
it. That's
Mm.
why I'm able to coach people because if someone cannot tell you what their flaw is, you have no
Mm-hmm.
business listening to them. They must be able to clearly state, these are
Mm-hmm.
my flaws, and this is how this work that I do help
Yeah.
people with this flaw because I'm healing
Yeah.
me while healing. Because remember, your cup overflows and it's the overflow that everybody gets.
Yes. Yes.
But it's not so simple. I think I credit us for it. And to be honest with you, I credit you most of all because to me, I love authenticity so much that I don't care how it show up. I don't care how authenticity show up. You show up one way, I fall in love with that. The only thing that gets me is a lie, deception.
Yeah.
If it's not
Yeah.
real, because then I feel like I was in this with by myself. It wasn't real. That experience never happened. It wasn't real.
You know what I've learned during the during experiences with you, especially lately. It's okay if somebody says something. It's their feelings. It's how
It's
they're
okay.
feeling. You don't have to
Yes.
agree. You don't have to feel
No.
the same way. No,
No.
but it's their feeling. It's valid.
Yes.
That's
And it's
it.
okay. And that's
And what
okay.
I do, if I'm on the phone with you, talking with you, that means some value. You can speak because you're talking to me and I answer the phone. So I want to talk to you. So if I am talking to you and you say something that might, what would I call it? Kind of pinch me.
Yes.
Because you know that happens at times. But
Yes.
that
And
is
you tell
also
me.
normal. That is
Yes.
also normal.
Yes. It
I
is.
will,
I
s- I will,
remember.
say, I will say to you, that pinch me.
Yes.
Yeah. But it don't matter. That don't
Do
mean
you
say
remember
enough
this
is how
whole
you feel.
truth hurts thing was something? I mean, I've never thought truth hurt. It was never something. But one day we were talking and you said, truth hurts. And I said to me, I'm thinking, hurts? How can truth hurts unless you're a liar? But the thing is, because I've never sat to think about it, the way I said it to you could have come across
Yeah.
jarring.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because I posted something on Facebook the other day.
mhm.
I came across that saying what I endorse. The truth can be made to look a certain way if you have timing is important, especially for certain things. For example, I don't know if you saw me. I
I
posted
remember,
something the
and
other.
I'm happy you brought it up because I had a comment to share with you. Go ahead.
Yes, share with me.
No, no, no.
And
I'd like you to finish first. Yes.
yeah, and you're saying like, for example, his friend he went to the acting thing, and his and
Yes.
his friend it was
How was
terrible.
it?
The play was terrible.
Right.
He
But the
said it
person
was
was in
absolutely
celebration.
the worst play. And she run
Yes.
to him and said after the play, she said, "How was it?" So he said he refused to lie, so he's not going to lie. So he said, I enjoyed seeing you up there, and but he
Right.
said tomorrow morning he's
Yeah,
going
he
to
did
call
have
her
a
and say, listen,
conversation.
did have a
Right.
conversation, but he said
Yeah.
at that point, it would have probably, so
Hmm.
yeah, 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 come on.
And I did see it. I did see that video. And this was the thought that came to me. Truth is not limited to one perspective, one idea, one impression, one interaction, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, let me
so,
see if I understand it clearly.
right. So let's say you and I go to a party.
Hmm.
The truth of our experience is not only when we entered the room. It's not only when we left the room. It's
And the
not
people are there,
only
not some
when
of
you
us.
interact with a person. So
Yeah,
the truth does not have to be limited to your critique,
true.
right?
I get it.
So
Hmm.
here is someone who is doing something and they're having a good time. Is the critique even the truth? Or is it just a critique? What was the real truth? I showed up for you. I'm happy I showed up for you.
Mm.
I was here for you. But I think because we're in this world where we have these definitions sometimes, when I was having the conversation, and I tell you that Sean Combs thing really, when I tell you that thing hit me, I haven't even recovered yet.
I know you haven't. I
I
know.
haven't recovered. It hit me in a way, it really made me sit down and like, damn, Raquel, you've got to look at yourself. You have to look at yourself. You've got to. Because we we're causing harm. And I believe that a lot of the harm is unnecessary. And to the extent that I say it's unnecessary, I'm saying that to say we are not in awareness of the harm we're causing
Yeah.
because we think it's well meaning.
Yeah.
He's thinking, oh, I have a critique for her. That's my truth. But why is that the truth? And who determines what's good acting versus bad acting?
But
So
yeah,
he's
because
he's he,
I am here thinking maybe somebody else love it, cause
exactly, but for him
Yeah.
that may not be it. And so though that is the truth of his experience, what is the truth of what she's asking?
Yeah.
I think the answer he gave was the truth.
It was the
I
truth
was so happy for what I saw you in your acting. The critique is a separate thing. A critique is a different thing.
from the truth. That's true,
You see what I'm
I
saying?
never really look at it like that.
Right. The critique is a different thing. The truth is, wow, you did your thing. I told you,
Yeah.
like even with my sister, going inside there and doing whatever. Yes, that got the outcome I wanted, and maybe even the outcome they wanted. But what was true? What was the truth in the moment is that I was disrespectful, busy thinking about what's gonna be right or wrong. And a lot of
Yeah.
times we confuse right the world's um, we confuse right and wrong, good and bad with truth. The truth of a thing does not change the quality of the thing. I told you when you spoke a while ago and I started laughing, the laugh was real. It was true. It was my immediate response. And I was moving away because what I was saying is, oh my gosh, laughing no might hurt her feelings. Be
No.
serious. But I would have been giving you a lie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But laughing, guess what I did when I realized I was going to laugh? I just told you straight up. And then I also apologized. See,
Hmm.
truth is not, truth is just what is. And you know why I try to walk in truth? You know what's worse than diverting from the truth?
Hmm.
Standing up, trying to save somebody's feelings, and you show up like Kalaloo in your teeth. You see,
That
energy
is
feels
true.
energy. You're
Yeah.
there trying to polish something, and the person in their heart knows exactly what's happening here.
Hmm.
They know. They know they're not being authentic.
Yeah.
They
They
know
can
right now
sense
you're
it.
giving me something to hold.
Yeah.
And and
They
and,
can
and if you
sense it.
thought if you thought that feedback was going to hurt her on the day, how do you think she felt after you presented something kind and then called back to check her?
Hmm.
Hmm? So
True.
now, so was he lying yesterday? Did he not enjoy it yesterday? Because now he's calling
Hmm.
me to. I didn't hear him say she asked for a critique. She asked how it
Mm-mm.
was. And if your truth wasn't that, I'm telling you, we miss out on so much being busy critiquing. I always say this, right? We get caught up in analysis,
Yeah.
complaint, and lamentation. Constantly analyzing why, for what? For why? Who are you hired? Did someone compensate you for critiquing something? Because a critic is a profession.
Yeah.
So that's not what your friend was asking for. They didn't pay you for that. They just want to know as my friend. How was it? Were you happy to be here for me?
Yeah.
Like you watch my podcast, I've never once asked you, so critique. No, I just wanted to know your experience.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
Yeah.
Did you have a good time? I don't, because I always say to you, I don't ever want you to come there and suffer through just because you want to support me. No, don't do that. Girl, I don't like when you're on that podcast. I can't listen. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. But the force thing,
Yeah.
so he did his best. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I like to thank people for their experiences and their stories that we get to sit here and talk about, because it's never just gossip. It's learning and doing the self work for me,
Yeah.
you know? And
Hmm.
I think that's why you see that L word that people like to throw around. I can't throw it around no more, because if I say I love you, I need to know what that means. I need to know, what do I mean when I say that. If I say I love you, what do I
Well,
mean?
well, why are you laughing?
Because I had a,
Why are you laughing?
you're like flowers for me. Let me tell you what I mean by that. I just feel like acceptance is here when I'm with you, when I hang out with you, when I talk
It
with
is
you.
here.
I feel
It
like,
is here.
because I know how weird I am. I mean, people, not just people also confirm to me how weird I am. And by weird, I mean not that I'm a weird person, but by the world's standard, I am a lot more
Hmm.
aware of what I'm doing. I'm a lot more on mindful of, like, on top of things, and that can be tiring for
Yeah.
people. So I know who I am. So I'm very grateful when
So,
I have floral experiences with persons who I'm having this. I know that this could have been so miserable for them, but it's like they take it with such joy, and that's what you do.
so, so you said
The L
that
word.
love thing.
Yes.
Yeah, the love thing. I gotta say the
Mhm.
love thing. Because as I said to some of my classmates, I'm a lover of love.
There you go. And
So
that's a good thing.
because my experience, especially my first experience of love was so beautiful.
Wow.
Whatever happens after, the
Hmm.
foundation was so set
Laid.
that I
Wow.
still believe in love no matter what,
Wow. That's
because I know what it
beautiful.
was at the first stage. I still
That is
believe.
beautiful.
So I took one of your statements and I thought about it. I have discussions, and when they think
Really?
like the other day I was having a discussion, yes, and somebody else think like they're looking at me, oh, you're so smart. I said, no, it's not me, it's Raquel.
Oh, it is you.
I'm sorry, it was not you, it was not me at that time because I didn't consider no empty cup of love. Empty cup.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're sharing something I
Yes.
specifically said. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes. So hear me going all nice now saying, listen, what is love? This is me, with myself, well feeling myself. What is love? But you in my head now, you're in my head because of the conversation that we've had. I said,
Right.
what is love? Well, love is a feeling that you feel that you never feel again. I won't feel what? What about take an empty cup? This is me. I'm telling you, I'm along with myself. What me did pay tribute to who, responsible for it in the end. When they were getting so excited, I said, no, it's not me, but thanks. So love is it's a cup. It's an empty cup. It's an empty jug. It's an empty barrel. And you put some things in there. So you take appreciation.
Hmm.
You take honesty. You take loyalty. You take all of them something and you pack it up and then to build up on it. And then it overflows and it becomes that L word. That's my definition now.
Like a gift, right? Like you're putting together a gift for someone.
Yes. And it have all of these components. That's
Yeah.
what it is. The empty cup is full. So you cannot say love is just love. So it would have to be appreciation, respect, and all of those things in that cup.
Right. And it's so funny because and when I said that to you, I wasn't even thinking about it really. I was just like,
I know you
it's
was
an empty
not,
cup.
but
Why am I giving
from
someone
you
an empty
throw
cup?
that, from you throw that cup upon me,
Wow.
the minute you throw
Yeah.
that cup on me,
Wow.
I've been thinking, and I use
Wow.
it in class one day, and everybody was saying, "Oh, Mr. Mensa," I said, "No, honey, it's not me. This one is not on me."
But I think that's what happened when you value people because to
Yeah.
me, it was nothing, but you took my nothing and you made it into something. And now, as you're, because when I said it, when I tell you, I did not, it was such a lose. Because when I'm talking to you, I'm not like on top of myself, like I'm in a business meeting, you know? So it's just like, it's an empty cup.
Honestly,
You know what I mean?
honestly,
But you put so much
I
to
am
it.
even planning to include it because I'm doing a project
Oh,
for school,
wow.
and I'm planning to have this empty cup, John, and I'm gonna have sticks of all the other things.
Wow. But I
This
want to
is
share
me.
something with you that just came to my mind as you were talking about this empty cup, right?
All of these sticks and all of these
Oh
sticks
my
has
God, this is
names.
crazy.
And you
Can I
just
make a
full them up with all
suggestion?
of these sticks. Yeah, man. This is
Instead
it.
of making it a cup, make it a gift basket, an empty gift basket.
Yeah.
And you put things. The reason I'm saying that is as you were there talking to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just so loosely and I had no,
That's where
what's
greatness
the
begins,
word?
honey.
When
That's
I
where
said it,
greatness
it,
begins.
it wasn't just loose, but it was
Don't you know?
waste
That's
of
where
time
greatness
kind of thing.
begins.
I was thinking like it's just a waste, just an empty cup. It wasn't in a
Yeah, yeah.
right. But then when you took it, and as I'm listening to you, this is what I heard you say. The reason it means so much to you, it's because it's a gift you're giving.
Yes.
Because I went on to have other thoughts to say, because I remember I was talking to someone and I said, I was saying something and I'm like, no, that's an empty cup. I don't want to. And they were like, what did you say?
Mm,
I'm like, nothing. Let's not do that. And so the person was like, yeah, but it's okay if you put stuff into the cup. And I said, but instead of putting the thing in the cup, just give it the thing. So it was appreciation. I remember exactly what the person said.
mhm,
So I
mhm,
said, so why do I need to put appreciation into a cup to give you? I just give you the appreciation. So I don't need the love. I was trying to tell the person I don't need the love.
mhm,
I don't have the use for the empty cup because if I'm going to
mhm,
put something in the cup and give it to you, I just give
mhm,
you directly the thing. I don't have to put it into
mhm,
a cup to give to you. But
mhm,
as I listened to you just now say it, play it back to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's talking about putting things together, a potpourri of things that
mhm.
together means more. It's a gift.
Yes, yes,
That's what I'm hearing you
yes,
say. That's what I'm
yes.
hearing you say. I put these, I could easily give you them, sorry, give it to you one at a time. But just
Mhm.
imagine what happens if
Putting
I
it
can cook some
together.
rice and give you the
It
rice.
becomes,
I
it's
cook
like
some
a
chicken and give you the,
outburst of, yeah.
it's a potpourri, right? It's a collection.
Mhm,
No, if I
mhm.
give you the rice by itself, it's nice. The rice is really nice. I like rice by itself. You love it, right? You give the meat by
Yeah,
yourself, you like it. But when you put it
yeah,
together, it's a
yeah,
meal.
yeah.
So what I just heard you say is, and the way you said it again, so every time I think of you, I think flowers. And let me say this: there are times, and I'm tempted. Even while you were talking just now, I wanted to say, "Oh, I love you," but I realized it would mean nothing. I don't mean. There's
Yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah, because you don't know what that is.
Because
Yeah,
it sounds good,
yeah,
and because I'm
yeah.
conditioned that way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love you. Meaning
Mm-hmm.
what?
Empty
Oh, what
cup.
you just said a while ago just tickled me. So tickle is not, you know what I mean? So for
Yeah,
me, and you know what? I love that this same conversation that we had when we had this conversation. And sometimes, oh gosh, I come off like last time. I remember when you said, I love you. I just want to say that I love you. And I, I, I felt sad for a little bit because I felt like, and you can't even tell her back. And then after you left, I was
yes.
talking to God and I'm like, Raquel, you don't need to tell her back.
Mm-mm.
You need to tell her what matters when it matters. That's
When
what
it
she wants
matters,
from you.
yeah.
She wants
Yeah.
real from you. And what
Yeah.
I
Don't
appreciate,
ever, I would not like you ever do that because you feel like I would not like it.
but sometimes
I
we're
would not
tempted
like
because
it.
again,
I
that,
know,
oh, I
but
need
I'm
to do the
just
right
saying I
thing.
would not like, I would
Right.
feel,
See? And thank you
you
for
see,
saying that.
it's when you do something
I want it to
because
be
it
real.
comes naturally, when you just
Yeah.
come,
Yeah. That has more meaning. And that's what
it
I want to
does.
give. I want to give my real truth because to the people who I value, I want to give,
let me ask you a question.
yeah.
Where you're at right now and how you
Mm-hmm.
are right now,
Right.
where your mental cap is at, where your career is at, where you see yourself going.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think where you're at right now and who you are, do you think having someone intimate or personal in your life
Mm-hmm.
can it can do you think that would enhance your life or take away from it?
My immediate response was is of course anyone comes into my life enhance it, but that's again that's an empty response because I don't know where that came from. But when I really think about it, there was I remember I remember in 2023 November, I'll never forget. I sat with a guy and I said, I want to be a wife. That's what I want. And after that person left, I collapsed. I mean, my entire life, I had to start a whole fitness vlog to not lose myself because I was breaking. Because after he left and everything, and the experience I had with him shattered so much in me and revealed so much about me to me that I realized the lie that I kept repeating. I remember standing in front of the mirror and I said to myself, do you want to be married? And couldn't answer the question, but I was sitting to somebody tell them, I want to be married. I want to be a wife. But that was because that's what the conditioning says. That's
Conditioning,
what my
the
culture
conditioning,
says,
the conditioning.
right? No, that moment I stood there and I said, remember, I'm an entrepreneur. And for the longest time, I was constantly putting myself in partnerships with men because I believed that if a man was not in my life, I could not succeed at anything. So since nobody chose to marry me, and I'm not saying nobody proposed, I'm saying since nobody married me,
Hmm.
I have no man in my life. So now I have to find another way to get them in my life because I want to be successful. That was my thought process.
Yeah.
But every time I partnered with a man, I'm the one that made the money and they took it
Hmm.
and they didn't give, I didn't, they took from me, and they always left me in a worse position.
Yeah.
So, and then I have this one angel who he's always showing up for me, always doing these things. And that's the person I said this to. But he was doing things with me that I'm like, what is this? Why he's turning my world upside down? What
Hmm.
is this? And I remember I said, and I wasn't even speaking with you at the time because that was during the time I was working on myself. So I had no
Hmm.
one who knew me well enough, who I felt knew me enough for me to talk to about it. So I didn't say anything. But I remember I would say to him, why do I feel like you keep pulling a rug from under me? Why do I feel like you've taken my control, like something is wrong with me? And it took me some while to realize as a child, I never had intimacy. I didn't have
Mm.
gentleness. My parents didn't hug me. So I had to do my work. I had to do the therapy. I had to do my work to realize that, hold on, man. This man held me, he hugged me for, I'm telling you, he hugged me for like 3 minutes. I'm not talking about it was 30 seconds, but I thought it
That's a
was
long
3 minutes.
time, you know. That's a long
Listen,
time. You know.
and he was
Let's
pulling back,
try it. Listen,
pulling
one,
back,
two, 3, 4, 5. You have to count to
He
63 times. That's
held
a long time.
me. And I'm there trying to find every reason to move away. And I'm saying to myself, what the heck is this? Why is he rubbing my back? What is this? I didn't know what it was.
And you know you have to know what is this, you know. You want
Yeah,
to know?
because it was throwing me. I feel like
Off.
I was losing control. I was
Yeah.
out of control. I didn't know.
This is something
I
that you
wasn't
didn't know
sure
what it
what
is.
am I going to
Because you are
do.
somebody like to understand. Clear. Be clear. You want to be
I'm
clear.
telling you, yes. And I would, let me tell you something. I had stopped podcasting, and because of what happened to me, I started podcasting again. I remember I cried on Podbean for an hour and a half, saying, I don't know what happened to me. What is happening to me? What is he doing to me? But this was the thing, right? And I haven't forgotten your question. Every time I spoke with him was gentleness, and I that confused me.
Why does it confuse
And
you?
I real because I'm not used to it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's what I learned later.
Yeah.
I wasn't used to that. I have worked so hard and I'm still trying to find, I'm searching my past for experiences with my mother to replace the memories I have, because every time the memories that are on the surface are painful memories. So I've been digging up, okay, Raquel, let's find something positive has to be there somewhere to replace the ones that are there.
Hmm.
But I realize that's not how you do it either. But and so I am at a much better place now. But at that time, I was going through this thing, and this man was just being, that's not what I was used to from men.
Oh, I understand.
And so, but then he was consistent. So because of his consistency,
Yeah.
it helped me steady myself
Yeah.
with him.
Balance yourself. Balance yourself.
Yeah, because he wasn't changing.
Hmm.
He was himself, and I've known him from
Hmm.
2017,
Hmm.
you know, and
Yeah.
he was like that. So for me, for, I would like to have intimate relationships that wherein I can feel organically safe. And the question that's why I am so conscious even in my dialogue with you, where I say to you, I have to be able to be honest. I must, because I felt like for a long time I could not have a relationship with someone if I'm going to show myself. It wouldn't work. And then when I came to a place where I said I can no longer compromise on who I am, I sat with myself and said, okay, well, you're going to be alone forever. But then what I didn't count on was that is not true. That was just
Mm-mm.
what
Not
I
true.
perceived from my past experiences. And you know
Hmm.
what I had to
Hmm.
do? I had to go back to my past relationships and saw what I did in them. With
Hmm.
this guy, right? I went ahead. I started a podcast, right? After the 1 hour
Hmm.
long thing. Because that was me emptying myself. But then I went on another thing where I'm like, all right, this is what you did to me. Because initially, I didn't see what he was doing as a positive thing. I saw it as manipulation.
Hmm.
Oh, so you're trying to get me to fall? So that's what you're doing? And I remember I said to him one day, are you trying to love bomb me? And he said, I wish I could. And I was every single
That mean
message.
that simple mean he knows you.
No,
The
that was
statement
what
that
he said that changed everything to me. That was a
the,
statement he made
the
that
statement
changed
he made
everything
is
for me.
simply says he know you. He know he
He
God.
said to me one day, I know you. And I remember I sat there, I'm like, huh, interesting. So for me now, what I used to feel when what used to make me say I love you to someone,
Hmm.
or when what I know you replace that for me. So for me, I know you is more important than I love you. I know you is my I love you. And so yes, I could have a positive experience, a positive intimate experience, but I wouldn't look for someone. But I wouldn't. I don't think I'd get it from someone who says they love me, but I think I could have that experience with someone who takes time to know me and then
So
confirms me that they know
I
me.
do agree with you. It has to be. You see,
Right.
one of the things that used to give me the worst taste in my mouth or in my feelings, what is you saying, "You just met me. You
Yeah.
don't know nothing about me,
Yes.
but you love
Hmm.
me." Right away, you know it's a
Yes.
lie. Even if you go along with it for a while, you know it's a lie.
Hmm. Yeah.
Even if you don't admit it to yourself, you know deep down if you ever
There's
pause to
something
search,
in you that
it
said
is
something is
impossible
off here. You don't know me.
to have certain level of care for someone that you
Hmm.
do not know, you
And
have
I was
never
in a
been around.
four year dating relationship with someone who I would constantly say, "But you don't know me." But I didn't know what I was saying then. I didn't understand what I was saying then.
Mhm.
I did not understand what I was saying then. Now I understand what I was saying. It's like there was an inner part of me that knew the truth, that was trying to get to the truth, but because I didn't know
Yeah.
myself well enough. And what I found, it's not that the persons who in my past who I experienced as persons who I was hurt with, because when I told you the story and I said men who hurt me, I was saying that
Mhm.
based on the context of what I was saying.
Yeah.
But how I feel about them now is it wasn't men who hurt me. It was men with whom um, I did not have the self-awareness I have now. And so I can only imagine that when I showed up in their lives, the side effect is what hit me. And it's not because
Mhm.
they did something wrong, it's because I entered not knowing myself in the first place.
So.
So how I was teaching them to treat me resulted in how I felt, but
Mhm.
I wasn't so self aware. So I thought it was what they were doing. And these are people, and this is it, right? I am such a blessed person. And I think we all are, but we will not know how blessed we are until we do that self work. The same, any man that I've ever dated or done business with or whatever, I can pick up my phone and say, I need help, show up now. And they would show up now. And that was when I sat with myself and I'm like,
You know that's true.
absolutely. Absolutely.
You
And that's
know
how I
that is
realized
true.
it's
That
not
is
that
true,
they
you
were
know.
hurting me. It's that they
It's
didn't know
true.
what to give me because I didn't know what to
Did
ask
not.
for. And I was showing up lacking knowledge of myself. So everything I was asking for was not what I wanted. I was living a lie. And they were
So
fulfilling my lies.
wow.
A lot of times when we don't do the work, and when I say, that's why I say to persons, don't just get coach. You need therapy and you need coaching, but don't just get regular career coaching, because a lot of, not most, a lot of coaching is career, it's business, right? Which is
Mhm.
okay, but you want to work with a coach who knows how to transform or repurpose trauma. It is the trauma that need to be repurposed to earn, to attract that money, because pain is money. That's why you have a trauma economy, but that's a whole other. That's where I work, you know. But if you don't know the trauma and stuff, you're asking for all the wrong
Yeah.
things, because the little boy or the little girl in you is running from the trauma, which means that what you're asking for
Mm.
is that you're going down the path of least resistance. You're asking for the things to soothe the child. But what is soothing the child is the direct
Mhm.
thing that is causing the trauma to get worse. The more you run from
Mhm.
it, is the worse it gets, right? So
Yeah.
if the
Yeah.
adult doesn't
Yeah.
get the work to reconnect back with that child, and then have a relationship with that child to say, hey, it's okay. I now have that relationship with my inner child, where I say, hey, Raquel,
Mhm.
it's okay, baby girl. I'm here. I know what I'm doing right now is hurting you, but I have your best interest at heart. So just trust me a little bit longer. I got you.
Mm.
It works. And so, and like I said, this person was very consistent with me. So even when I went on a whole podcast and I posted his messages and I say, look what he did. And in my
Mm.
mind, I was
You
doing the
went there?
worst to him. Hmm?
You went there? You went
I
there?
absolutely, I did 3 episodes, and in my mind, we're not gonna get emotional, Raquel. It's okay. We don't have to. It's a happy moment. In my mind, I was just dogging this person. In my mind, And I send it to him, because I'm dogging him. I want him to know I'm dogging him, right?
Listen.
When I tell you the kindness that met me, it's like somebody who look at you like, child, please, you don't have a bitter bone in your body. I don't know what you're trying to do. It's like you bring your dirty laundry to someone and they
Mm-hmm.
pick it up as though it was brand new, clean, pure white linen.
Mm-hmm. Now go wash
I'm
it.
not even, I'm not lying. When I tell you, the man just laughed and I'm like, You don't get it? Like, why are you responding that way? And he's like, I feel like a king. And I'm like, a king? Did you listen to the thing? Did you listen to my podcast? Did you listen? And he was just like, I heard you.
So,
And you know what? I listened to the things you say, and I'm sorry for the way you felt and whatever. But I'm like, because Noah was at a better place. I was talking to him, and I'm like, well, you didn't do anything wrong. Those were my choices. I
mm-hmm.
did that. And he's like, yeah, I know, but if that's the experience you're having, let me tell you something. And I realized that, and even that, I had to realize that that's not romance either, because you see that hero syndrome.
Yeah.
He was coming across my hero, so my heart is like, oh my god, he loves you, or you should love him, or this. That's not what that was either. It was a simple thing. Kindness.
Kindness. So
Kindness.
true.
He, unlike other persons who didn't know better,
Yeah.
he knew me longer, and he knew me before i I had these breakdowns. And he's like, well, whatever you're going through, I know you're Raquel, so you're going to be it's like, go through, live your life. I expect you to be a living person. It's like someone looked at me and
Yeah.
said, you are a living, breathing person. I expect you to live and breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what truth is. It's like we can't go around thinking, oh, that person's gonna fail. Oh, that person, they're living, they're breathing. If the fruit is organic, it will rot.
It will.
That does not take away the
It's
value from
forever.
the fruit. That
Listen,
does not take away the
as you
value from the
say
fruit.
that,
So, hmm
as you say that,
hmm
a friend of mine sent up some guineas for me some months ago, and I
nice.
didn't get the guinea the same day. But what I've realized, most fruits in Jamaica,
Organic.
most organic fruits don't
hmm
stay long.
No, I have
By the
arguments
time
with
we
my
get my
refrigerator all the
guinea,
time.
by the time we get my guinea, a day after, one day after
Yeah,
two,
especially if
one
the
day
heat
after
catches it.
2 days.
The more authentic the thing is, the better the thing is,
Yeah,
the more it is
more
prone.
specific to spoil.
Yo, you're talking about this. People talk about love. Oh, you love, you love, you love. Do we know what love is? The more real the person is, the more vulnerable they are to failing you,
Yeah, yeah,
to rotting on you.
yeah, yeah. So
I
true.
laughed in the middle of you talking about something that was important to you, but it was my truth.
It was.
And what you gave me was grace.
So tell me, what made you laugh? I don't feel any way
It just
about it
sounded funny
still.
when you said, the person said you sing up in, sound like you're up in your head or
My
something like
head,
that.
my nose
It
so
was just what you said sounded funny. I know it wasn't the appropriate time. That's what I'm saying. The timing. I want to be in relationships where, and this is it, right? If you were, when you said you were going to ask me the question and you started, I thought you were going to say to me, "Do you think you'll ever find love?" or something to that effect. That's what I thought you were going to
it
say
was
to me.
supposed to continue leading up to that because guess what? This is why this is guess what I'm here thinking. I
Mm-hmm.
know who you are,
Right.
so I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing for me. In the sense where
Okay.
I
For
say, listen,
me,
any man who gets you will be the luckiest man on earth. But before he'll be able to
you're
get
very
you, he
kind.
has to go through these things. He has to why are you laughing? He has to. And that's where the issue is. Men are not made like us. Men are not able to, they are able to do certain things, but
hmm
they don't see the way we see it. They don't
What if I told you that in my heart and my soul, This is so, maybe this is going to sound contradicting. I actually, do I know or do I believe? I'm not sure if I know or I believe. But whichever it is, the stronger of whatever I'm feeling is,
Mm-hmm.
men have capacity to love. My
Oh,
right, I do believe that men love.
they
I
do.
feel like for me, it's not that I don't
Wow.
believe that love
Mm-hmm.
exists, is that I don't know that I have the capacity to be able to say, yes, this is it. And this is this relationship, yes, this is it. I don't know that because even in this case, right, when I talk about my angel, who is just my angel, I don't like the word friend, so I use angel. And I use angel because I see them as people I don't possess, but they
Mm-hmm.
show up in at the most
Mm-hmm.
amazingly wonderful times, and then they go to their lives and then they show up again, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean when I say angels, just for everyone who's listening to understand.
Mm-hmm.
In this case with my angel right now, when I sit down, if I'm not careful, I'll be thinking, so is this love? Why does he do these things? But it isn't either, because that's not the relationship we have. So that's why for me, I am taking time to really, I want to know what this love thing is. And if it is what you, for example, what you're saying, you fill up the cup,
Mm-hmm.
then I guess I would have to, so you fill up the cup and then they hand that cup to you, and then what?
Mm-hmm.
You, and maybe that's my problem, because you know what, and it's not a problem, but for me to, I cannot tell you anything about a relationship until I land in it. This is what I tell myself. I said, Raquel, any day I wake up and there's a ring on the finger that says I'm married, I am going to commit to loving that person no matter what. But until then, I don't know, because you can think someone loves you, you can even think you love someone, and then and then another thing I have to tell myself is, Raquel, because you love someone doesn't mean you're going to be in a relationship with them. So then I know, come back to, so what's the point of the love? You know
True.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like this intimacy thing is so different. Like my experience with this guy makes me feel like, darn, no, this is the kind of relationship I'd like to be in. And so that was when I realized that, stop desiring him and just be in the relationship then, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to look the way you think it need to look. If it's every now and again you talk, then it's over every now and again you talk. Don't expect it to become this love affair. Don't expect it to become anything. Just enjoy whatever shows up. And right now I look at that love thing the way I looked at the money thing. The same feeling I had toward money is the feeling I have toward this love thing now. There was a time when I felt like, you see, this money thing, it's just not going to be for me. So just prepare yourself.
Rest my
You might
case.
go
Rest my
homeless.
case.
You might go homeless, and you're not gonna have food to eat. So you're gonna have to be beseeching God all the time to make sure that you have food to eat, you know? Until one day I said, I remember I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I said to God, I'm like, God, listen, we're not doing this, okay? And then I got very clear about what I wanted. But even then, I did not see a path that I cleared and I made it happen. But I
Mm-hmm.
do know that it happened where my challenge to God was, I need to be at a place where every month all my bills are paid and there's some savings left. I'm not telling you how much it needed. And what did I tell you the other day? I don't know if God gave me more. I feel like he just put me in a place where I need less. So and it happened so I can't even tell you how it
Mm-hmm.
happened. So if there really is a love thing to happen, I'm not gonna know when it happens. I'm gonna wake up one morning and it happened. Because
I
it's
just
not that
don't know.
someone might not love me, it's that I don't know that I have the capacity to see it, to desire it, and to even choose it. Because if
True.
I'm aware of it, I'm going the other direction.
True.
So it would have had to, I hope I answered your question.
In a
I
way,
must,
for me, I am the opposite when it comes to that.
oh my, and that's because,
I
and
am
this is, may I say this?
hanging.
don't forget what you're going to say. This is something that I think is so important, and I thank you for this too. We're able to have these conversations where I say we don't need to have this the agreement to the same thing because we don't have the same life experiences. And I say to you, if you need to say I love you to me, it's okay. That means something because I'm not the one saying it. I'm the one who can't say it because it's not in me. But if you have it in you, you can even say it to me. It's okay. It doesn't mean that it comes to me empty. Yes, what I'm saying? It's me that don't have it to give because I don't know what it is. But it doesn't mean that that stops you from expressing yourself and from being you. If you know what it is, then nothing should stop you. If you genuinely feel like saying it to me, then that's your truth.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
It makes a world of sense. To me,
Yeah.
it makes a world of sense. It makes a world of sense because this cup and this gift bag thing is gonna go far away. I'm telling you.
Wow. And maybe that's why
I
God
can I
have me
can
in the
I can
unknown
I
space.
can, I can see you
Who knows?
designing a gift bag
Ah,
because I know how you are. I know how you are.
yes.
I can see you designing the gift bag and do a little video of just putting it
No,
in
that
there.
I can see myself doing
Yeah, I see it. I see
because
it in my mind's
I
eye.
enjoy
Hmm.
pleasing people, catering to people. It's something
Yeah.
that I absolutely enjoy. But let me tell you something. When you miscater, one of the hardest things for me to deal with is causing hurt to somebody that I really care
Mm,
for.
yeah.
So that's why I'm so intentional about I need to understand. I even shared with the man, right? The cab driver. I
Hmm.
was sharing with him the experience I had with you when I said, for the first time that I can recall anyway, I said to her, I was saying one of my angels, something because I was trying to explain something to him, and I said, let me tell you, I said to him, when you think of me, right, the interaction you've had with me, because he's taken me about 3 times, would you say I'm a nice person? He said, oh gosh, man, you are wonderful. You're just one of the best. And I'm like, all right. Would you say I'm this? Would you say I'm that? And then I said to him, I hurt the people I care about, like really hurt them. And I said, and on top of hurting, I pull myself away from them. Do you know how painful that is? And then I said to him, the other day, one of my angels, she was going through something, and I had to stop and say, hang on here. Don't try to be the hero. Think about what she may need right now. And I said to her, you're going to be okay. And then I said to him, if I tell you that was painful for me, would that make sense? And he's like, really? And I'm like, it was one of the most painful things I've ever done. And he was like, why do you feel that way? And I said, because we have two different life experiences, two different lived experiences. I'm an abandoned, neglected child, disregarded child. Leaving someone in what I conceive to be challenges, problems, they're having a hard time is abandonment, disregard, neglect. That's how I'm interpreting it. But I have to remember we don't have the same lived experiences, so I cannot give her my medicine.
Hmm.
But it was one of the most difficult things for me to do because I felt like I was abandoning her. But I said, and I had to talk myself through it because now I have the tools. I have the tools now to say, hey, no, you're not. No, you're not. What you gave her was what
Cause,
she needed.
yeah, because I called because I was panicking. I didn't know what
Yeah.
to do.
And I said, what I learned from it was when I heard her tell me about it, I'm like, that was worth it. You were the hero of your own story. And the pride that you spoke, when I sat there, I'm like, oh my gosh, no, this is worth the pain. She's happy. She saved herself. That was the gift you gave her, Raquel. That was the gift you gave her. You allowed her to save herself. She's not coming to you for to be saved by you. You don't love her, and you cannot love her more than her God loved her, and you cannot love her more than she loves herself. And that's one of the things I repeat to myself, so I remember, hey, You don't love her more than she loves herself. So if you think you have the solution, she has it too. And so these are the little things that sometimes we're not even conscious of, but you have to do the self work to come into the consciousness of it. So and that's why I interjected, because I just wanted to share that with you, that I like that from wherever you get that strength or that grace or that desire or that whatever it is, where you're like, you're able to still be you with me in areas where I am the complete opposite of what you, of your whole thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You say I love
Definitely.
you. I don't know what love you is, but you, and I trust that you know that it's still valued.
I know now.
Okay.
But you see,
I
when I
just see it
speak,
as
I
your
don't
kindness
speak.
and your
I
grace.
don't
So it
speak. When
is
I speak,
valued.
I speak of my feelings. It's not your
Right,
feelings. It's my feelings.
exactly. And that's why it's valued. And so no matter how you had put it, if you had said, I roadblock you, I would still be seeing it as kindness,
Yeah.
grace, value, because you gifted that to me.
Hmm.
And that's why I no longer see things in the terms of good or bad. Whatever you give to me, you gave me something. And that you were able to give me something, I value that. I don't care how the world describes it. That you took the time to give me something, attention, even if the world says that was bad. I don't see it that way. I remove this whole good and bad thing, because defining things as good or bad limits, it creates a limitation, and it creates a preconceived notion. And I feel like it diminishes someone else,
Yeah.
because who decides if it's good or bad when good and bad have so many different meanings?
True. So
you
true.
know
That's why we
so
say it's so important to have who you have in your circle.
yes, you're the average of the people closest to you.
Hmm. You're in your
And
head
they,
every day.
yeah, and you're either healing or you're living in the trauma, or you're trauma led.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
why.
it takes effort. And where it takes effort is when you know you're either aligned or you're not. Because you see, one of the mistakes I also made was, I didn't like to let people go, because what did I say my trauma was? You leaving. So
Mm.
if I have a person, I want to hold on to them for dear life. Where you going? What do I need to do for you to stay?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When those persons are saying, I don't belong here with you, but you keep keeping me here. So what else am I going to do? I'm not going to, it's not going to come across well for you, because I keep telling
Hmm.
you I'm not good for you. If you're eating something you're allergic to, and if every time you eat peanut, you get sick, but you keep eating peanut, you can no longer blame the peanut.
True. Because you know the truth.
You're choosing the peanut.
Hmm.
The peanut is making you sick because the peanut don't like inside your mouth either. That's just a joke. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes people end up doing stuff to you because they're trying to leave and you won't let them.
You won't let them. That is so true. And sometimes when you're holding on to them, if you ever let them go, you would have frightened to see what happened to you.
Okay. And then I learned how powerful letting go was. Because guess what happened, right? I told you, well, I did it with you. I let you go for three years. I have other people in my life who I let go, and some who would not let me let them go. you know? But there is
Yeah.
something beautiful on the other side of let go that I can't even describe. It's when you let somebody go that you thought were leaving and you didn't want them to leave. And then you let go and you realize it's not necessarily that they're seeking to leave. Sometimes they're feeling choked.
Yeah.
So it's like they want you to release them so they can find their place in your life
Yeah.
on their own. Because
True.
that's why I tell you, every single guy I've ever done business with or dated, they look out for me in ways I can't even understand. And if I ever call and if I just sound like something
Suspicious.
is off, somebody's moving. And that was when I'm just like, huh, okay, wrong
You know,
relationship.
what when I think about I remember there was a time when when you would say certain things. And then I look back at it now,
Mm-hmm.
like when you can use an elastic band.
Mm.
When as the owner of the elastic band, right?
Yeah.
That it can stretch.
Right.
Even though it fit around your hand, it can fit more than just your hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you stretch the elastic band, it puts pressure on the material that makes it.
Right.
So it becomes more rigid.
There you go.
So this is you see you saying certain things at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
I never get it. And the things that used to hurt allowed me to stretch.
Mm.
It allowed me to stretch to a point now where I'm comfortable because I'm stretched. I
You
am a
grew.
woman now. You understand me? I can hold the
Yeah.
space. I have the space.
Expanded. Wow.
But at first it was tight and it was hard. It was hard
Yeah.
because it's a new place for me. It was a new thing for me. It was a new be positive.
Mm-hmm.
Be this, be that. You need to be this, you need to be that. And I'm saying, but I feel how I feel. Why can't you see that I feel how I feel? But me, you put because I want you in my life, so I am trying to understand. If she's saying all of this to me, putting all of this pressure, why is it? There has to be a reason.
And
And
that's when
that's
you know
how
someone finds value. When someone sees value, they'll take the time.
yeah, yeah. And that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a reason. It has to be a reason. This
Yeah.
person I hate you. Know that for sure. That
Yeah.
is it. This person care about you. You know this person mean well for you. So instead of feeling what how you're feeling, check. Go further than that. Forget about the feeling. Let's forget it.
Yes.
Forget about the feeling.
And I thank you for that. And let me tell you, I'm so humbled because I've had persons call me 2 years later. I finally understand what you said. And again, that's self work, right? Because one of the things I had to learn is I had to learn a couple of things. For example, I being a coach is an absolute gift. I didn't choose it. It's a gift.
Yeah,
Whatever gift has its thorn.
yeah,
Now, if you hire me, I will help you achieve all your targets. You will achieve your targets.
yeah,
But what happened to the poor little souls who didn't hire me? But they're important to me.
yeah,
What do you think happened? I am
I know what
urging them to
happened.
a place they don't even know exists.
Yeah. I know what happened.
Thank you. So I've learned that I've learned the value of money and its place in purpose.
Yeah.
You ever watch this movie, The Client?
I think I have.
I
Must have.
think you have
I
to
have.
because we
I
love
have.
movies.
Yeah.
He gave her $1 because he was a child, but he wanted to make sure that she would have his best interest, right? And all he
Mm,
had was $1, and he gave her that $, and the $, was the agreement that I am the client, and you prioritize me. That's what money is.
mm,
So now, if I'm not hired to be a coach,
mm,
I'm not coaching anyone.
yeah.
And so sometimes person would be like, oh, but you are. And no, I'm not. I am not coaching you. You may be benefiting from the gift, but there's no
Yeah.
intention here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And unless it's intentional, you shouldn't accept it because it could be harmful to you.
True.
But it's understanding truth has its place, but it requires self-work and audacity. So I dare, for all of the persons listening, I dare you to work on self good. You see, if you can face yourself, there's nothing you
Face
can't face
anything.
because it is not easy
It is
to
hard.
face that self work.
It is hard.
It's like self
I'm
induced
still
breakdown.
I'm still going through my process. It is hard.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wow. How here we are, an hour and 50 minutes later. How was it for you? Your
Well, it
first
always
time at being
well,
a podcaster.
I always enjoy talking with you.
Yeah, but I mean, how was the whole experience? It's public. There are people listening. You're doing podcasts for the first time. How was that experience for you?
Quite good.
Yeah, did you feel
Quite good.
supported?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Certainly.
great.
Certainly.
Awesome. So we're
Certainly.
going to bring it to a close.
Okay.
Is there anything you'd like to share with those who are listening or who will listen before you go? On the topic of,
Before
well, on any topic, anything you want to share. It doesn't have to be
before I
restricted.
go,
Oh, please go ahead.
I would say, if it is that you have someone in your life that you know care about you, that you are sure of, because sometimes you have to be sure, and you know they care, you know that they care,
Yes.
and if they speak sometimes to you and it hurts, sit and think about it in a different way.
Hmm.
Ask yourself, why is it? There must be something, because that's for me. I learned from you from that. Look at it from a different. Why is it? And now I'm turning into you.
And I'm learning from you.
I am turning into you. As soon as somebody says something negative, hear me go, my inner head, my inner mind switching on to, let me find the positive in this. Who did I
Ah,
get that
love
from?
that. I love that.
Who did I get that from? You. Instead
We've
of
been learning
wallowing
from
in
each
self
other.
pity and wallowing in, the minute somebody says something negative, there I go. Let me check for the positives.
Wow, that's a beautiful
So
man.
so
That's the
when God
impact I want
when
to have.
yeah, when God placed somebody in your life and you realize that they're placed in there, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say I wasn't broken. But what happened when you're broken and you come back to me like,
Breakthrough.
all right, my baby.
And I'll share this
So
with you because I think if I ever get to that place of understanding love, you are going to be like a main feature in it because I feel, let me tell you why. It's like, how do I explain this? I think you've shown me when somebody wants to be here, they will show up. It doesn't matter what sacrifice they have to make. If someone wants to be in your life,
they will show up.
they will make it happen. That's what you're showing me, what I'm learning from you. And I am taking my little time, just like, because sometimes you're my reference point where I'm like, Althea did this thing. Because even with my angel and stuff, like I know what I was feeling on the inside, which is where I wanted to get to. I'm a head person, I'm a thinker. So I want to get to a place where, because if you ask me from a head perspective, I can tell you exactly what love is,
Mm-hmm.
what it's said to be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to feel it. I want to feel it from inside, from a place where I cannot touch, you know. And when you said a while ago, right, when you talked about if somebody cares about you, I remember I asked that person one day, "Do you like me?" To be honest with you, when I asked, in my head, I was thinking, "Are you going to make a move on me or what?" That's what I was thinking in my head,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I never said it. I just said, "Do you like me?" And the response I got was, "I have always liked you." And that was cool, but that was not the part that really made me sit and say, you know what, Raquel, let this thing be what it is. It's too beautiful to mess with it. After he said, I've always liked you. I actually care. No, he said, actually, I care about you.
Care about you. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I have never seen anyone interacting with me in such a way like I'm precious metal. That's the only way for me to explain it. Just the way the person
And you see that
interacts.
you see that feeling. You see that feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, next month we're gonna talk about this some more because um
Mhm.
that feeling I get, but not in that way.
Oh, but that's just it. I never knew. And but the moment I said I don't know what love is, throw it out of
Mm-hmm.
my head. Only
Mm-hmm.
go with what I feel in my soul.
Mm-hmm.
Only go with what I feel in my soul. If I feel something in my soul, I feel it in my soul. If I don't feel it in my soul, I don't feel it. And
Mm-hmm.
I I am trying to find a way to capture what my experience with this person does to me. It's like it's like you matter without saying you matter.
Mm-hmm.
This is a person who never says to me, wait. You may see silence.
Mm-hmm.
You will never hear, I am busy. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
And if I ask for A, I always get BC with
Okay.
it. It's a new thing for me. And
Yeah.
to me, the other day, right? This is the other day I was watching, because a part of my work, right? I watch different things. I pay attention to different things. I don't watch movies for what other people watch movies for. Everything is a
Mm-hmm.
learning experience for me. And I watched Simon a lot on the BGT show. That man is
Mm-hmm.
passionate about finding people with talent.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't understand, but mighty, let me tell you something. Simon is so careful with you that he will not lie.
Yeah.
I have sat and studied him. Do you know that? No matter who is performing, sometimes you have some persons go up and perform, and I prefer the worst experience, the worst performers. Those are the ones I like, the quote unquote worst, the ones that according to the definitions of the words. Then
Mm-hmm.
the ones who fail.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I find most entertaining. But what I got from is Simon. No matter who is up there, Simon take notes. You see, no matter how the crowd is reacting, when Simon is responding, he always reads. He's always look. If you watch him closely,
I
he
do.
made notes, and he look and he's
He don't work
always
with the crowd. Don't care how the crowd I
and
get
he
you.
give you feedback for your career,
Yeah.
not for you to feel good.
Mm-mm.
And I've watched it, and I watch, and I'm like, pay attention, Raquel. Truth is too important to compromise it. The best gift, I'm telling you, even when I took my time off from you or whatever, and I was going through my process, and I'm like, I have to find another way of interacting so she can feel this care I'm thinking that I have for her. How do I support her? How do I and then I got to understand it's not about saving her, it's about listening and learning her.
Yeah.
It's about understanding where she's at. And I realized that the 9 times you said I hurt, what you really were saying is not I hurt. What you were saying is I didn't feel heard. That's what you were saying. And the minute I knew that, the minute I heard you, the minute I heard you, I realized that's all it was. And I just want to close by saying thank you for the grace you've given me, because I know the asks I've made of you. I know sometimes, oh gosh, when I have to be straight up and honest with you because I want to have a real relationship with you, I know the grace you give me. And I know whether or not there is a price you pay, I know there is a value in trade
Yeah.
for
But,
this.
but but I get so much from you. You don't
So I
even
guess we got love from
realize.
each other.
You don't even realize how much I get from you. I tell you, I get a lot from you. So I'm benefiting a lot.
Value. You value me. That's what I just heard. I heard
Yeah, value.
I
Yeah.
value you. So every time I interact with you, it's like when you have a diamond ring. You wear it because you feel good when you have it on.
Yes, man, it make you feel
You
like,
value it.
yeah.
Yeah. And I thank you for that because where there
Mm,
is value, truth exists. Boom.
yes.
Where there is
Eh,
value, truth will exist. Yeah.
truth exists. Yeah.
I just
Perfect
want to
ending.
say a
Perfect
special,
ending.
special thanks to all the persons who are on here. And bear with me, I'm going to try to say your names. Todd, thank you. Oh, we're at 2 hours. We have to exit. Am I still here? Thank you so much for being here. Bless you. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.
Bye.
It's at the 2 hour.